Welcome to the Movie Draft Podcast. I am Ethan Simi, and today I am joined by three wonderful guests, all from AwardsWatch. It's a special collab thing, I guess. It's not a collab draft, but it is a person collaborative situation. First up is Erik Anderson.
Hello, Ethan.
That felt very pointed and with attitude. Hello, Erik.
Not at all. I'm just wondering if you realize what you've done yet.
No, not in the slightest. I haven't. Next up is Ryan McQuade.
Ethan.
Yep, same energy. Cool. This is very good. And finally, Sophia Ciminello.
Hi, guys.
And today we are drafting movies from the pool, I guess, unsubstantiated pool of 2026 Academy Award predictions in a regular style draft. Now, you might be asking yourself, how are you going to do this? How are you going to predict the Academy Awards in a draft? We're not really going to do that. We're just going to basically use this as a tool to talk about movies that we think will perform at the Academy Awards and maybe build the strongest, coolest, most interesting team of those types of movies and actors and directors that we can see fit. Strategies will be interesting in this draft, to say the least. Erik, last time you were on this draft was for the 2005 auction draft with Marta. I won that draft. It was me. I walked home the winner.
I remember it because it was one of the worst hate crimes of my life. And I've been thrown in trash cans, but yeah.
That was worse. Yeah, the 2005.
It was pretty bad, Ethan.
Well, a win's a win. That's all the history books are going to say. So what are you going to do? Ryan, you were on just a couple of weeks ago. By the time that this episode comes out, we recorded substantially prior to that. But the episode was the top 25 horror movies of the 21st century, part one. And I'll make note for maybe you, Erik, Sophia, any listeners that could have forgotten, but probably haven't. You nominated Get Out at 13 and then forced me to play Hereditary at 13. Although some listeners say I should have played the veto. To that, I say, whatever was going to happen next would have been far worse. So Welcome back, Ryan. The people love you. It's great to have you.
I think I provided chaos on that episode that was necessary. And then I watched the second half of that list and I was like, I think what I did was far better than that next episode. So,
wow.
I mean, having Climax up there in the top 12 is absolute absurdity. It's one of the worst movies of the last 15 years. So
I didn't play it, okay.
I know, but
Ben
you could have
Climax.
vetoed it. Yeah. Shout out to Ben. Ben's a nice guy, but that's bad taste.
Doesn't he hate Tar, though?
That's also a crime against humanity as well, too.
Yeah.
So, Ben, that's 2 strikes. And for Erik, that's a baseball reference. So
Hey.
3 strikes and you're out. All right.
I know that.
Yeah. That's the tough beat about Ben. He makes some bold choices.
That was a fun draft, and I'm ready to come and have fun here, and I have some strategy. I'll figure that out. I don't have my ultimate strategy, which is going to be for another episode down the road that Ethan still doesn't know about.
I don't. It's coming though.
When I release it, I think he will be devastated.
The constant teasing is really what's getting me here. You've been
it's just
teasing
going
me
to
in
eat
group
you
chats,
alive, and I think that's the best thing. It's like it's
the fear.
It's keeping you up at night along with your children. It's keeping you up at night.
Yes,
and I just love that. Yeah, I love the anxiety building.
Yeah, that's it really is about my downfall and demise. Sophia, welcome back. You were on the PTA collaborative rankings. Far less controversial, I would say, opposed to what Ryan tried to do on the horror collaborative draft. Are you feeling pretty good in retrospect with what we came out with on that pod?
I'll answer that for her. No.
You're not happy. You're not happy?
No.
I think it was a very collaborative draft as far as collaborative drafts go. I still wish we had One Battle After Another higher. I feel like it's a little too low at 5.
It was at 5, right?
But tough. I stand by my strong arming of getting my Daniel Day-Lewis movies at 1 and 2. So that worked out.
Yeah, looking back at this list, I stand by whatever I employed. Can't remember because I do so many drafts and record so many pods. Whatever I did to get Magnolia at 3, I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of the work that we ended up doing on the PTA collaborative draft. That was a really fun time. PTA, probably going to be talked about a lot on this draft, would be my guess here today.
I'm so excited to be able to talk about PTA.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about movies.
It's my invitation for that draft got lost in the mail. It's nice to talk about PTA.
It's tough.
Today,
at least I'm giving you some kind of opportunity. You know,
well,
at least
I dress normally for this show.
Oh,
I didn't put the sunglasses on or anything like that.
Wow, you're just
didn't even know the name. You and
strays left and right.
Brian didn't even know Sydney. For God's sakes, good Lord.
Again, the history books, they just say one thing. They just say what the team was.
I hope you're teaching the right kind of history, as Bob would say.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're trying to make the right kind of history here on the Movie Draft Podcast. Will we predict the right kind of future here on the show is the right question for the 2026 Academy Awards. Conan O'Brien hosted last year. In my opinion, kind of locked it up. I had a great time. Thought it was a pretty fun telecast. We'll probably touch on that here and there. Erik, Sophia, Ryan, you guys all obviously like the Academy Awards. You guys are all writing for AwardsWatch, and this is kind of like what you do and what you find a great interest in, like many of us film nerds who predict the Academy Awards far, far too early. By the time that this episode comes out, it'll still just be kind of early. I think we're moving obviously closer to March and things being a little easier to predict. Erik, I'll ask you first. Do you think this year's telecast will be good?
I think it will be pretty much like every telecast, which is a basket of awfulness and some great things about it too. I'm definitely glad that they got Conan on board so quickly because obviously everything that happened with Jimmy Kimmel would kind of really ruin his chances, which may be the only good thing to happen with all of that because he's a terrible host.
That's
so. Hey, just be glad that it's on CBS because there would be actual like Trump administration people on the show.
That's true.
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be like any. I want surprises. I want
Mixed
good
bag.
winners, but it's also a love-hate relationship with the Oscars. So
yeah, definitely agree with you. And another question that I wanna throw to you guys. I'll do it as a group question after this. So Ryan, do you think it's going to be a good telecast this year?
I mean, that they actually have a host is honestly better than most of the telecasts that we've gotten over the last 10 years. So that's something. They'll have all the categories, which is better than a couple of years ago. So that's something.
And the new one.
And the new one,
category,
which is the best casting category. I thought Conan was great. I love Conan. Always have been like a stand since the beginning when I was a kid watching him on his late night show. So I'm always down for that. I think it also depends on the songs that'll get nominated down the road too. I feel like if there's some certain popular songs that are out there that could lead to some good performances. But usually there's always weird montages and like last year there was a Bond tribute that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That was
so dumb. Incredibly stupid.
So there's always, like Erik said, there's always little dumb things inside their brains, these producers. But for the most part, if you've got a good host and some good performances and it's a good batch of winners, then that kind of subsides a lot of the negative.
Yeah. What about you, Sophia? What do you think about this year's telecast?
Listen, they can have as many horrible montages as they want, as many bad musical performances. If my favorite director, Paul Thomas Anderson, wins an Oscar, that's all I care about. It's a beautiful telecast then.
That's the only thing that matters.
The only thing that
world.
matters. Look, I have such a toxic relationship with the Oscars. I keep coming back no matter how many times they hurt me. But if he wins an Oscar, just one, even just one, I'll be thrilled with how the night goes.
It'll be a big moment. It'll be a big moment for movies, for Hollywood, for us PTA heads, for people that care about the Academy Awards. I agree with you guys, and I kind of lean towards I think Erik the most of it'll probably be mostly weird and probably not very good until there is the two really standout moments where you're like, oh, well, now I know why I love the Academy Awards and the most important night in Hollywood. So I'm looking forward to Conan O'Brien hosting. I think that'll be really cool. I think there's a really good slate this year that could be really, really good and make for a great telecast. And what you said, Ryan, I think depending on what songs get nominated or what kind of cast gets nominated. I think there's a lot of good things that are at play there. I always have such a fun time doing kind of what Amanda and Sean do on The Big Picture, like who is going in the Nicholson chair, who's going in the DiCaprio chair, right? Like who does the Academy Award?
If he's going in the DiCaprio chair.
It would be DiCaprio
there.
in this
I
year.
just answered your question for
sometimes
you.
it's not. Sometimes it's not. But like who will be at those front row tables and those front row seats where they want, right? Yeah. So to that effect, I think they have the movies this year and the cast this year and the star power to where that's like not a question of like, this very important person probably not going to be there. My big group question, I just want the over under. Last year, telecast was 3 hours and 50 minutes, just shy of 4 hours. Do you think it's going to be longer or shorter this year?
Shit.
I'm going to go shorter because Adrian Brody isn't winning the Oscar this year.
There you go.
That was I threw it up. And you hit it home. That's
you're welcome.
There is a new category.
I'm sure.
He is presenting. So that could
we
be
do
a
have
10-minute
a new category as well. We have the casting
category. Yeah.
So an additional something to think about.
In all
you're going to go shorter.
I'll go under though. I'll say under.
Going under.
Yeah.
I would say under because it was projecting under like throughout the last couple of years to get it lower and lower. And then, the Adrian Brody thing kind of, and a couple other things put it over the top. So I think it'll go under. The other thing, Ethan, I forgot to mention, and I think we all forgot to mention too, that what makes the telecast so great, and it's actually something that Sophia, Eric, and myself, we had some time to kill while we were waiting to go to a screening, and we were at our place at AFI. We watched Oscar clips and we watched speeches, and that we cannot predict what type of speeches those will be, like how funny they will be, memorable, bad even speeches, like the Amelia Perez one last year. So you never know like what those speeches are going to be like, how long they're going to be, how short they're going to be, how emotional they might be for some people. So that's another unpredictable factor that you can't really put into the question now, but you can kind of, once the winning starts happening from other telecasts, then you can start feeling out how
it might mold out. Yeah, totally. That's a really good call. Eric, over under?
I would say just kind of barely under, like 3 hours 45 is where I think it will probably end up, because we will have the songs, we will have pointless montages. I'm sure there will be a weapons gag, maybe multiple throughout.
I feel like Conan's going to start it at the beginning.
I was
going to say that's the beginning. That's an intro.
To dress like Aunt Gladys at some point.
Yeah, and like run down the aisles, doing the run. But but then it also does depend on if they do a really dramatic opening like last year's with the Wizard of Oz, and they can't do that this year, obviously. But
a lot of unpredictables, it sounds like, for all of us who take great pride and stress in predicting things for that very telecast. So I'm going to go over. I'm actually going to go the other direction, similar to Eric, though. I'm going to go like 3 hours, 54 minutes. I'm going to go like right over. I wonder, the speeches are what is so intriguing to me. And depending on what falls which direction, could be like some legacy, quote unquote, speeches of like it's time kind of a thing. And I feel like you got to maybe bake in a little bit of extra speech time for those. So I think we're going to cook just a little bit over. But regardless of how long the telecast is, this pod right now will hopefully not be that long. That's not where we have strict funding only for a certain amount of airtime. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to draft teams for the 2026 Academy Awards. This is going to act a little bit different than a regular draft will. There's some very different categories, kind of one caveat or rule, and I think we should maybe spend a minute or two kind of talking about this. So it is a regular draft, meaning we're going to be drafting teams of 6 with specific categories, as we usually do for a regular draft. The logistical note to take heed of here. So you will only be able to draft a movie on your team one time. So I'm going to use this example of One Battle After Another, a movie that will inevitably be nominated in multiple categories, I think is a safe bet to say here. So if you draft One Battle After Another in the category of Best Director for Paul Thomas Anderson, you cannot also draft that in another category that you have, say best actress or actor. I'm going to read the categories here in a second so you get a full slate of what they're going to be. But it may end up where a lot of us have the same movie on our teams, which is very unusual for a draft, because usually if you draft a character like Eric, when we're drafting sidekicks, that entire movie off the board, right? If you draft a character, a song, whatever it may be from that movie, that entire movie is off the slate. Not the case here in this draft. So we very well may end up all having 1, 2, 3 movies that overlap in different categories. The real question will be, how will people vote for this? Are they going to vote for the team that has the movies that they like in the categories they like? Is it important that you get a movie like One Battle After Another in a good category versus another category? Are people just going to vote for like the coolest movies? I have zero clue. I don't think any of us have any idea. This is going to be a complete toss-up when it comes to who wins this draft. I don't even know how you can try to win this draft. Nonetheless, here are the 6 categories that we're going to be doing. Category number 1, nomination leader. We had some conversations in our group chat about if we should go studio or if we should go movie. We opted for movie. So this would, in theory, be a movie that you think is going to walk away a nomination leader. Next category is best director. Then we have actor, lead or supporting. We have actress, lead or supporting. We have dark horse. And then we have the final category, what happened here? Those are going to be really fun categories. And I do want to give Sophia specifically, but this entire group, credit for helping to kind of brainstorm all of these categories that were far better than mine that I initially put out. So look at me. I'm being humble, and I would like praise for that. That's really what matters the most. Strategy from you guys. What's the play? What's the plan? How are we going to use this to facilitate conversation around these movies?
I mean, I think the one, like only being able to have One Battle After Another, for instance, once on your team, or Sinners or Hamnet, or a number of these movies where you could theoretically pick them in other places, creates sort of an interesting strategy and draft really from us, because then you start to think, okay, well, if I can take One Battle After Another in multiple places, I mean, in any of these categories, theoretically, do I want to take something where I can only take it once and then maximize my chances across the board, really? So I think it creates this interesting wrinkle that hasn't been present before, because I think if we didn't have that rule, I would be like guns blazing, this is a movie I want everywhere. But because of this, I don't know, maybe my first pick will be a little unexpected. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think the decision to have just one film per is what creates a strategy, because I don't think there was really that much of one before, because even like Sophia said, if we're really only talking about a couple of 3, 4 films, really, then we have to look at, the acting categories and director, and then think about how people are going to vote. Are they going to vote for somebody that has DiCaprio on their team versus One Battle in nomination leader? So then it becomes a little bit of that type of gameplay, which is kind of, I think, what's going to make it fun.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ryan, you said at the top you don't really have an ultimate strategy yet. Has that changed in the 15 minutes, 20 minutes we've been talking?
I don't know. Maybe I do. I don't know. I can tell you anything.
Okay. Ryan wanted to go all smashing machine, like
right, up and down.
Well,
the board.
no, I think to clarify the other 2 categories, because most of those categories are pretty straightforward. Like for Dark Horse, for me, this is sort of like where most of where the top 4 categories, the leader, director, actor, actress, that's mostly predictions. I think that what's great about the Dark Horse is that's where something that we could hope onto the season, something that has a small chance that we would like to elevate. Maybe they're in a 6 to 10 range, or they're, sight unseen from most people, but and it doesn't have to be an actor, or it doesn't have to be a film or a director. It can be something also in the craft categories that you're not really thinking about as well too. Or if you want to think about it as just like that's your craft winner and that you want to be there, you could do this as well. But what happened here, which is kind of like an interesting thing that both Sophia and I were talking about, and that we all kind of came up with, was that this movie, what happened here is that there's always a movie every single year, or the movies specifically, that go to the festivals, and we're all like, man, we're waiting in lines for hours to see this movie. And then that movie gets nothing because the reviews are bad, or there's just no motivation to see it, or it gets lost. And so I'm not looking at that as like, this is the worst movie of the year, like it's going to get the Razzies and all that stuff. Like, that's easy. Like, if you want to just pick, whatever Osgood Perkins is releasing next week, you can just put that in that category and be done with it, and you win that category. But I actually want that to be something that I think is currently around the Oscar race that will blank, because that happens all the time, and that actually makes it more interesting, rather than like just picking, again, like something Osgood Perkins would make that has no business being even made in the first place. Really, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I do.
Stray.
Yeah, that was a warranted stray nonetheless. I think that's a totally good shout. I really do like these categories, and I'm kind of approaching it in the same way. My plan for Dark Horse, like, because we are tackling 3 above the line specific categories, and then we have this kind of nomination leader category. We're obviously leaving a lot of categories on the board. There's everything below the line that we are not going to have the chance to talk about here. And then there's screenplays, songs, all these other types of things. So for me, I'm kind of using that as a good kind of inroad for maybe talking about one of those categories. Exactly like you said, Ryan, of like something that I'm kind of like putting out there to be like, well, this is kind of my no guts, no glory prediction for maybe one of these smaller categories. I think this will be a really fun draft, and I'm really excited to see kind of how the strategy plays out here. Now, there's a lot of movies that we're probably going to talk about that, maybe not a lot of movies, but a little bit of a chunk that are not going to be out yet. They're not going to be out to the public. Ryan, Sophia, myself, we were all at TIFF. We saw a lot of these movies together. Eric, I know you've been on the ground at festivals seeing a lot of these movies. So this group here, we've seen a lot of what is going to be in conversation here for the Academy Awards, which is an interesting thing as well, because exactly like you said, Ryan, I think like a good example here, Sentimental Value sees a limited release in New York and LA the week that this episode comes out. It will not be wide yet. What is the public reception going to be to that? How is that going to impact what we all have been hearing and thinking and saying out of places like TIFF and out of places like Cannes? Because those things change when the masses get a hold of these movies. And of course, as we get closer and closer to March, and what the momentum of a movie really looks like in a lot of categories. So this will be a really great kind of time capsule of where we are right now and what we know and what we predict, and using this as a conversation piece for that. Okay, I think we should draft, and I think we should do this. I think we're officially calling it the 2026 Academy Awards Predictions Draft. So we should do that. Are you guys ready to draft? Is there any final thoughts that need to go out there? Eric, I see you're wearing your weapons inspired shirt. Are you going weapons for most noms?
Not necessarily. Just for posterity.
You just threw something on, girl.
Right.
Yep. Pulled it out of the laundry.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to introduce the wheel of names here. Now, I will...
Rigged or not.
Right. So this is a very important point. Sophia really called me out before we recorded and said, if I get first, this is rigged.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Who's to say? But you guys can see this is happening. So I'm going to click the spinner. We're going to figure out the draft order here for the 2026 Academy Award nominations draft. Well, that's rigged. That's crazy.
This is a really good system. I like
you
this.
approve wholeheartedly. Right. Yeah, of course. Okay. So Eric, you're going to get the first pick in this draft. I'm going to be down to the 3 of us. Okay. Sophia, you're going to get pick number 2. Pretty good. Ryan, you and I, man. What's going to happen? Are you happy, Sophia? Are you happy?
I think I cursed you. I think I did.
Are you happy
Halloween
with that?
Witchy curse. Yeah.
Okay. So that is happening here. Eric, you're going to be drafting first. Sophia, you're going to be drafting second. Ryan, you're going to be drafting third, and I am going to be drafting last at the turn. So we'll have 2 picks in a row here. Go ahead, Eric. Start us off. I'm really curious to see what you do, because you're ultimately laying the groundwork for how this draft even works, honestly.
It is. And like I just mentioned, we're going to be kind of working through like 3 or 4 films quite a lot here, I think. And exactly where you have them is key, because it isn't really predictions. If I pick one thing in nomination leader, but maybe it's not, but there's a strategy to have it there so that I can filter names through other titles. I don't know. I was actually really wanting this first, and I had exactly what I was going to pick and what category I was going to pick. And now that the light is on me,
right. It's not as easy as it looks,
It's a little stressful.
Yeah, to that effect, we do have a draft coming out next week, and people will understand that when I get the first pick, things go south generally.
Yeah, that is actually true. I think I might want to just go obvious right now, and it will clear the path, I think, for others in a way that maybe will be some goodwill. I don't know. I'm going to start with nomination leader.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm going to pick One Battle.
Okay. I think this is the obvious, feels derogatory, but like it's obvious, right? Like this is the pick here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things that I could have here. I have, like six titles here, depending on how the order was going to go. But I like this because I know what I want in other places.
Okay. Do you want to speak on One Battle After Another at all? Do you have like a nomination number in mind that you're thinking for this movie?
I was just doing that like right before. I mean, I'm not really keen on the idea that it's going to get 6 acting nominations, but it's
sure.
I still feel like it should be able to hit 10.
10 total nominations. Yeah, I think that sounds 100% doable for this movie.
Yeah, it's 100% happening.
I can't tell if you're being real or
maybe,
not. Right?
It's maybe happening. It's maybe.
I wanted to get 16. Let's go.
Wow. So just for the record, 16 would be a new historical high for a single film, just in case people are unaware.
I mean, it's on the table,
Everything's
on the table at this point.
Well, sure, everything's on the table at this point. I mean, it could do, costume design and production design and just kind of really like go crazy.
Mm-hmm. It could. Yeah. It could be an interesting night. Yeah. Worth noting here, and I think this is what's so fascinating to me is like we do have this extra category of casting. So like in my opinion, I'm sure you guys kind of agree, this is an automatic extra nomination for One Battle After Another, right? Like it just kind of tacks on an additional.
It should.
So Sophia saying 16 is not that far outside of the realm of like, hey, it could happen. We do have the historic highs of 14. I don't think anything has gotten 15 nominations, so that would be one step more.
That would be above everything else.
That would be big. Okay. One Battle After Another in nomination leader. Eric thinks it's going to take home 21 total nominations. Okay, cool. That's really exciting stuff.
It's getting best documentary short.
Best animated feature.
Yeah. It's just all the driving. That's the documentary short.
Ocean Waves. Yeah, right there. Nature doc. Sophia, you have the next pick here. So we'll kind of walk through these rules as we go. So Eric, you cannot select One Battle After Another for any other category now, which is
correct.
Yeah, important. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Eric, I know I talked a big game about maybe not picking One Battle After Another first, but that was just a ruse. Obviously, I wanted One Battle After Another somewhere for my first pick. And I don't think it would be right for me to do something different here based on the last movie draft podcast episode I was on and that little preamble I gave at the beginning of the episode about how much I care about the telecast this year and what happens. So in director, I will be taking my king, my hero, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was no way it was not going to be that.
Yeah.
It had to be. Yeah.
Totally agree. This will be really interesting from a telecast perspective because I think One Battle After Another puts a lot of this narrative in a lot of these categories, which is the it's time narrative that we have with a lot of stuff, right? We're inevitably going to have that with Leo versus Timmy in actor. We could have that here with PTA versus, a Coogler, or even a Chloe Zhao of like, do we do this again? Kind of a thing. PTA, if we walk away at the end of the night, PTA crowned the King of Hollywood, that sounds like something the Academy would do, right? So
I hope so.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good in this category. That's no surprise coming from you, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's a good pick.
It was a chalk pick for sure.
Yeah, that was it.
Can I say one thing though,
mm-hmm.
to your point, Ethan?
Yeah, please.
Much as I love PTA, he's my favorite director as well. I don't think that if he won an Oscar, he would be the King of Hollywood.
Oh, okay. You don't think that moniker would apply at that moment in time?
No.
One Battle After Another, I think, passed 160 globally, 150 globally.
I don't
recently.
think he's the King of Hollywood. I think
okay.
Right now there's only one King of Hollywood.
And that's Osgood Perkins. Oh, that's why you said his name earlier.
It's Christopher Nolan.
What about Big Jim?
I think he's.
What about your little Marty? What about that little guy?
No, I don't think so. I think that Christopher Nolan.
You think Nolan retains that crown, even if PTA wins Best Director?
He's the director of the DJ, and we just found out that he is literally responsible for Marvel not having IMAX screens during its run for the Odyssey. No one else is able to do that.
While having that film star
exactly.
in his movie. It's so kind of diabolical.
It's a diabolical move, and only he can do that. Like, I love PTA. It would be. I don't think Sean Baker's the King of Hollywood.
Okay,
right. That's good.
But to Ethan's point,
that's good.
Last year, Sean Baker was the King of Hollywood that night.
For that night, he was.
And if it happens for PTA, then he will be that night. Let him be the homecoming queen. My God.
A temporary king.
Sure. A temp king.
That's if he wins
24-hour status, right?
That's if he wins
No kings except for PTA.
Yeah, if he wins it.
He's got to win it first.
Yes, he does.
Well, with that in mind, Ryan, you have a pick now. Will it continue to be One Battle After Another? I think I do want to state real fast. So once a movie is chosen in that category, another person also cannot take it in the same category, right? So like we kind of have two caveats working. Is that what?
Oh, you mean
we're thinking here?
Like in actor, you can't pick two.
Well, this is what I'm curious about. So because using what we just did as an example, right? So
yes.
Eric chooses One Battle in nomination leader.
Yeah.
In theory, we could all just be like One Battle nomination leader, which I guess we could do, but then that would.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I think the difference, and this is how I interpreted it, was like in acting, let's say, if there are two different people from the same movie.
Yes.
Okay. You can choose those two different people. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
but in a category in which it is the singular choice,
one a lead
chosen.
and one supporting, you could take the lead.
Right.
Like Ethan could take a lead, and I could take a supporting, or Sophia could take a supporting, and Eric could take a lead.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Sounds
that
good.
makes that makes it easier. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually. I know exactly where I'm going to go. I am not going to go One Battle After Another. One of those two picks would have been wonderful, and I would have loved to have them. Those are the correct answers. So I'm going to take the other correct answer. In actress lead, I will be taking Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. That is the correct answer for that. That is. There is nobody else right now I can see even remotely coming close to beating her for that Academy Award. I mean, even Eric's own tweet the other night after we saw Song Sung Blue was Jessie Buckley's Oscar is safe. So it's one of those.
Where was the lie?
And I would like to brag for a
Mm-hmm.
moment about myself in that 5 years ago in 2020, I said the easiest thing for Nomadland to win at the time was for Frances McDormand to win that Oscar. It was the best way to reward that film. I was correct all the way to Oscar night. And I think the best way to reward Hamnet will be for Jessie Buckley's towering performance in that film. I don't know how the rest of the film will do. I don't know if it's going to win picture. I don't think Chloe Zhao will win director, though I think she'll get nominated. And I think it'll do really well in below the line categories as well, too. But the one thing I can pretty much say that will happen was is that Jessie Buckley will not only have an Oscar, but she might have the number one movie at the box office at the same time as the Oscars, because The Bride will be coming in at the same time. So that is truly wild and great, and she's phenomenal in the film. And Eric's seen it, what, 4 times, Eric? Is it 4 times?
But it will be probably 4 more before by the time it comes out.
And
glutton for punishment.
It's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, that's sadistic, man. That's crazy.
I know that everyone's going to see it around Thanksgiving, but when you do get the chance to see it, if you haven't already, listeners, it is truly one of the best performances of the year, period. And I know you know we throw that around a lot, best performances of the year or their career or whatever, but this one is dead on when you
that feels like a subtweet, Ryan, and I know exactly what it was for.
I'm just saying sometimes things can be true when you say it out loud.
Yes,
there's not a motive behind it.
That's how words work. We've all seen Hamnet. I think it'll be super fascinating to see what the kind of the press tour is in this zone for Academy Awards, especially when it comes to Jessie Buckley, because Ryan brought up a good point. I always go back to this is like, she's going to be double dipping at this moment in time of trying to do 2 things at once, trying to win an Academy Award by doing press and also trying to promote a movie in which she is the lead, which would be The Bride. So that'll be really interesting. I do think this is the right answer. And without spoiling Hamnet, because again, when people listen to this, it's just like not a lot of people haven't seen it even once. And Eric will probably have seen it 11 times, but the movie really does. It leaves you thinking about Jessie Buckley, I think is what is of note. And that is very beneficial for an awards campaign. Okay. You taking an actress, I don't know. I feel like that kind of, breaks the dam a little bit here.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried. But again, it couldn't be supporting or lead.
Yeah.
There are a lot of options. That's the thing when you have lead and supporting there. You have a lot of choice.
What are you worried about, Ethan, having to talk about women? Are you worried about that?
I'm just gonna leave that category specifically for the last, and I'll just be like,
"There's no way he's
taking Chloe Zhao."
Yeah,
no. Yeah,
no, it's not happening in a million.
I gotta choose I'd probably go Springsteen for most nominations. Guys rock kind of a situation.
Yeah, and one of the worst female characters of the year. So congratulations on picking that.
I do not disagree with that. On a realistic note, I'm torn between. I kind of want to go best director. So you guys, I'm thinking in live time here. Paul Thomas Anderson has you selected for best director.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to go with the next logical thing, because this is kind of where my heart's at right now.
Okay.
On a day in which I'm going to see this movie for a 3rd time in IMAX, I will be selecting Ryan Coogler in Best Director for Sinners. I think this is going to be in my opinion, the only real competition. I know we're going to have 5 nominees and they're all deserved. And I think, there's a lot to be said here. Chloe Zhao, of course, will catch a nomination. And I know I'm playing into my bit. I think Jafar Panahi will be nominated. And I think my 5th spot right now is Josh Safdie. So I think there's going to be a worthy 5, but like I do agree PTA is going to win, but I think Coogler has a narrative, and I think he's got the resources. The really interesting fork in the road with this is they're 2 Warner Brothers movies. So what is the plan from like a Warner Bros standpoint? What are they going to try and split their resources with? Where are they going to try and pit their movies against each other? Who knows? But I think Coogler on a campaign trail is going to be really fun. And I think Sinners will receive a few below the line nominations as well. And I think this will be a big sticking point in this category. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it out loud. I don't even think he's gonna get nominated. So I think that's
okay.
I think that, and then you can clip it at this time, listeners, and maybe I'll be right and maybe I'll be wrong. But I think that movie, as of right now, it's in an interesting place because it's so long ago that movie came out. It also is not going to be the priority of Warner Brothers because they have one battle after another, I think.
Yeah.
I feel it being in the Dune kind of Barbie territory where it's respective enough for nominations, but the box office and its success there is the win. That movie is not an international box office sensation.
Sure.
It was mostly
big
an
international
American play.
Academy.
Yeah,
now,
and
so
especially in that branch. And
Yep.
So I could see a world where he's the DGA nom. And he misses, and he's also not a member of the Academy, and he's spoken out against the Academy before. So and now he is campaigning, and he is doing other events for also other films as well too. Eric, you just saw him do a Q&A for Nia DaCosta for Hedda.
It was really fun. It was great. I mean, he's not like a great moderator. He's really funny. He's like asking, he's like, so the cast, how'd that happen? That's like, that was like literally his question. But then him and Nia got into like way deep in the mud about cameras and lights and really specific. And it was like the audience was not even there. And they were just like tech talk nerds. It was great. Really cool. I loved it.
People like him. I mean, Chloe Zhao and him are really close friends too. I just also wonder about that film in terms of its genre elements as well, and how that'll play wholly with with most of the Academy. So I'm a little bit more lukewarm on the idea of that in a lot of top categories.
Yeah, but I think for the purpose of the game, it's a good pick because the people that vote in your draft will like it.
Yep.
Yeah,
they will.
That matters more than the predictions.
No, I know, but he said this is a predictions draft, so that's also that too.
Yeah, it depends how you
want to.
I guess if the voters look at it like that's not going to happen, you nerd,
sure,
and then vote for somebody else.
They would throw that strongly on there. You nerd.
I just want people to be prepared because when like Villeneuve happened,
you're giving Ethan a lot of time to think for his second pick.
Oh, it's actually worse. He knows what he's doing. He's causing me to overthink. He knows exactly the game that he plays.
Are you vaping too much?
No, but to that effect, I think what Ryan's saying is a good point. I think there are actually a small handful of movies this year that people need to be really ready for when they blink. And people are not ready for that. And that will be a completely insufferable day on
I just remember
Twitter.
I can't wait.
The Barbie day was rough.
Lexapro for some of these meltdowns.
The Barbie day was rough. Remember, like Hillary Clinton was texting.
Oh my God!
I'll never forget.
We'll never forget. Yeah.
But that was a time where I was like, I don't think.
I mean, if somebody knows about losing, it's Hillary Clinton. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. On that note. Speaking about a movie that I don't think is going to lose when it comes to nominations, this is a completely strategic pick here. This is in no way endorsed by me at all. I do not claim this.
I know where you're going.
I do not abide by the people that head up this tribe of people.
No, I know where this
I am going. With in nomination leader. I'm going to be selecting Wicked for Good, a movie that the Academy a duo of movies, really, that the Academy seems to just froth at the mouth for. I couldn't give any less shits. So very excited for the people that love this movie and love these things. Have a happy life. This will get a lot of nominations, and that is what I have selected.
I love this just for the game, just for the purposes
of
game.
Yeah. It's all game, baby.
I'm like, come get him, Arianators. Let's go.
I mean, look at this: Sinners and Wicked for Good. Those are huge hives. Those are big groups of people. Just gonna say that.
I think I'm gonna have honor and integrity here.
Okay, that's a low blow. B, I will do whatever I have to win. People know this. You know this. This is,
I know.
we're almost at 100 episodes. I gotta spice things up occasionally.
You know.
I gotta get fun. So, this movie is probably going to annoy the living hell out of me, and I will be there night number 1, and I can't wait for it to clean up at the Academy Awards.
You're leaving One Battle also on the board for a long time.
Yep. I've made a choice.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. It's gotta swerve sometimes when you gotta zag when people are going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
We're back to you, Ryan.
Hmm.
Hey, wait, is that the pick you guys thought that I was going to go with?
Yes.
With my big preamble?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna pick it.
Yes.
I delivered. Thank God. I was
Well,
worried.
I mean,
I
I
just
knew
put
it
it
was
all
going
of
to
you.
be, it was going to be Wicked related for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I'm not gonna respond because I've already, it's my shit on Wicked is well documented. And also the responses and all of that's well documented as well. That's all fake responses. Anyway, I'm trying to think here because this is tough because I think I know where I'm gonna go for director. I think I'm gonna go to director.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait on picture. I might have to eat my own words there for later for picture, but we'll talk about that later. I'm gonna go in director, and I think the person that is actually the person that is the biggest threat to Paul Thomas Anderson is not Ryan Coogler. It's not Chloe Zhao. It is Jafar Panahi. So I will go with Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Palme d'Or winners over the last couple of years have been great in this category and have done really well. I mean, for God's sakes, the one last year just won the award. And I think that Jafar Panahi has had a masterful campaign so far throughout the festival season. So much so that even when the government shut down, Neon, who should be running our government, got him a visa and still had that conversation with Martin Scorsese and sold out Alice Tully Hall for that, which is wild, and which is the biggest theater in all of New York for the NYFF. And anytime those screening rooms are packed, those conversations are packed, I think that is the Neon title that right now has a little bit more of the momentum than Sentimental Value, even though I think Sentimental Value has great momentum for itself as well. He has a narrative built in there as well. This is, of any of the movies this year, actually, this is the one that honestly is right up there with, I think, One Battle was how did he make this? And then Jafar Panahi is I don't know how did he make it with the restrictions and being under secrecy and his government watching him? It is a miracle that movie even exists. And the sacrifices that he had to make in order to make it, or make the last 5 films. So, I think that he's easily the international director, and the way that the branch is going, that's the pick. So I'm going to go with Jafar Panahi.
Yeah,
nice.
Interesting that we've had three director choices so far.
I know where Eric's going with this
category.
So that doesn't even.
No, you don't.
I know where you're going, bro.
I
know where you're going.
Yeah, I love your pick for It Was Just an Accident. I highly recommend people go see this movie. I think it's one of the biggest sticky movies of the year that you kind of just think about a lot once you've seen it. I know when I saw it at TIFF, when I walked out with the group of people that I saw with, Sophia, I can't remember if you were in this screening or not, but I remember, I think you might have been, but we didn't sit together or something like that. I remember talking to literally 3 people around me. We all had different reads of the ending, which I thought was really fascinating and can be a great kind of social conversation sticking point for the benefit of this movie. So yeah, it's a good pick, Ryan. It's not Wicked for Good, but it's okay. We can't win them all, I
mean, hey, it's a good movie versus bad crap
versus a movie. Sophia, we're back to you.
Yeah. Okay. So, Ethan, you talked about getting a Stan army. I'm gonna get one too.
You got to find the hive,
and I'm gonna go to the club. We're gonna.
Okay.
Go back to the
We're going to go
club.
back to the club.
Back to the
And
club.
in actor, I will be taking Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme.
This is a big pick, in my opinion.
Some of the other actors that I would like are in One Battle After Another. So because I already have that off the board too, can't go to Sean Penn, I can't go to Leo, I can't go to, beloved Sensei in Benicio. So I think though, after last year, Chalamet got close, winning the SAG award, and he, I think, has a lot of support. Marty Supreme is a much bigger and louder performance from him. And I think that we will see him appear in places all season long. Yep. I really am not sure, not to go back on my pick here. I'm not sure if I totally buy like the sweep conversation around him yet. I think a lot remains to be seen. I mean, most people have not even seen this movie yet. It is really just starting to screen, I think, again in a few weeks. But I'm just I think when I look at my list of actors, he was the one that stood out to me for a pick here. So I'm going Chalamet.
And Sophia's the only one of us that has seen it.
Yes, that too.
Well, that's really interesting. Okay, cool. A little vote of confidence there. I like that. I was secretly hoping this would fall back to me. I knew that was never going to happen, but if
I'm
I could get
it stayed all the way here, honestly.
If I could have had Sinners, Wicked for Good,
Chalamet?
and Chalamet would have been the move.
Your Wicked pick would have been really safe, Ethan. You could have held that to the end.
You're on this.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, it's guys.
Just let it go.
It's okay.
Man.
I know you all needed time to think about all of the things I've done wrong, and that's okay. You're right. My Wicked for Good pick would have been safe, but Timothée Chalamet, interesting conversation with Leonardo DiCaprio. I think that'll be like the battle here. To that effect, we have two people that nobody else on planet Earth campaigns like these two people. Leo has not campaigned for anything in a very, very long time. He is on TikTok now. He is doing things with Teyana Taylor and Chase Infinity and PTA. And like, you've got that whole kind of older Hollywood thing going on. And then you have Timothée Chalamet wearing a giant ping pong ball and getting Greg Fraser to direct a 9-minute EDM music video. That's pretty cool. So
Surratt too,
Is it?
Well, I mean,
is it cool?
Chalamet is very much the heir apparent to DiCaprio.
100%.
And we've gone from the Pussy Posse to Clit Commander.
Yeah.
If anyone
Right
was going to say it,
it's true.
Eric should have been
It had
the
to
one.
be
Right
you.
there.
I'm glad it
It
was
had to
you.
be him.
Yeah.
Right there.
I'm glad it was him.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I think about it is that sometimes you like, new Coke, but really old
Nobody
Coke
likes New Coke.
is yeah, exactly.
Nothing
And
beats
old
the classic.
Coke is always the way. Just what I mean. So just saying.
Quick,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola is the right move.
Yeah.
Not new Coke.
quick fire round answers here. Who do you think is actually going to win at this moment in time? Your real prediction, Timmy or Leo for actor?
Original Coke.
DiCaprio.
Okay, you just draft. Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna go with
I couldn't
DiCaprio as well.
draft
Cool.
Leo, but like Leo's
No,
my
I know,
movie star.
I know.
But yeah,
Oh, I know that's true. I'm also going DiCaprio.
I just think
Fascinating.
they'll give it to an adult like they did last year.
Okay, I can't.
Yeah.
We must move on.
I mean, I have a clearer reason why I think it's going to happen, though.
yeah.
Well, it's
Okay.
also because he's in the Best Picture winner too. If you're thinking it,
Yes, that because
Mhm.
well, maybe we'll talk about it at the end. I don't want to
Yeah.
Okay.
divulge too much.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, it is back to you, Eric. You do have actually two picks. And Wicked for Good, you can't do what I did. So just, it's been done.
This okay.
Pat yourself on the back. I don't know what you want
Ethan,
there.
you have
Two
been
of the
changed
biggest
for
film
good.
hives out there, guys. I'm making good strategies here.
I think you have hives because that was crazy. Oh my god. Okay, I have. Oh, this is tough because obviously I have to at some point with one of these two picks go with my number one. It would be insane not to. I just have to figure out which is the strategic choice to do that, because how do I say no to my boy Paul? How do I not pick him? Is that the right choice here?
You have 2
for
picks too.
votes and for voters. I do have
Right.
Well,
2.
you could, yeah, you have 2.
So I
You could
think
double up.
I know the split that I am going to make that hopefully serves the game a little better.
Okay.
By still, I don't know. I can go
Okay.
2 ways with this. I just have to make sure that this is the right
Right.
pairing
So Brendan Fraser
for your
Right. For Reynolds.
and
Right.
Paul Greengrass for
That's
the
a given.
Lost Bus.
That's your boy
Right.
Paul. Oh, that makes sense. Now.
How did I know that was going to come up again? Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
An actual crime that you have one battle after another when you picked it.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
even in your 10 in the August predictions, but the Lost Bus was over.
Well, actually, that is making you so like.
It's
Yeah, you're hanging on to that,
is,
right?
Is,
Holy
is,
cow.
It is. It's actually making my choice even better, and I'm
Yeah.
happier to have made it.
I think it's just makes it a fraud list because you never believed. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, back to my choices. Oh my god.
I love that this is stressing you out so much. This is a great day for me.
It is really stressing me out because I think I'm going to have to go against my man
Mhm.
in order to have a lineup that I think will work better.
Okay. So you're going strategy, kind of strategy
Yeah.
fork in the road here. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll call
Okay.
him right now after you make
All
this
right.
bet.
And with that, my director pick is Chloe Zhao,
That's the right move.
Mm-hmm.
which
Oh,
takes my Hamnet choices off the table.
Right.
So R.I.P. Paul Mescal.
2 rounds in, we've all selected best director. Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because it feels we have 4 people and really like
Right.
3 choices.
Sure.
Honestly, you can go outside of that, but I think that's kind of why one reason why.
Those are the popular picks in those categories.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, totally.
So my next choice is going to be in actor, and it is a supporting actor.
Ooh, spice it up.
And because I cannot pick this film for director, and because I have taken Hamnet off the table, so no Paul Mescal,
Mm-hmm.
I am going with Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein.
Damn it. No.
Wow.
He was a dark horse. Oh, man.
Oh, that's a great dark horse pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Nope,
sorry.
too late.
Okay.
Oops. Oh,
This is
man.
big. This is big. This is a big pick. There's been a lot of, at least recently, when we are recording, there's a lot of steam out there of like, this could happen, and this is the way things
Jacob
should go.
Elordi causes a lot of steam.
Yes, this is what I've heard.
Yamaha.
I have decided to indulge in the Netflix true release schedule, and I will be watching Frankenstein on November 7th on my iPhone. So I don't know what this is all about, but
Wow.
I just
You
go
didn't
with
watch it
God
at TIFF?
on this one. I missed it at TIFF. I missed the 35mm screenings here in Portland because they sold out so fast. And frankly, like complete honesty with you guys, Frankenly, I'm just like I'm really not that excited for this movie. So that is what it is.
It's good. I like it.
I've heard so many mixed reviews. I just don't know what to
I've seen it
believe.
a couple times. It's good.
But I like this pick for you,
And he's
Eric.
great.
I think this is a
He's great in this
big,
film, Eric. This
a
is really
good vote
Wow.
pick.
Wow.
A really good vote pick.
You got to get a hot guy on your list, and that's
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
this
I
what
have
that
2.
okay. All right. T though, that's the thing. I had to have either Paul or Jacob here
yeah.
because it would
Right.
be horrible not to. I would be
And
Agreed.
Chloe's the right move.
thrown
as well,
over to
too.
like
yeah.
the straight
Yeah.
fence.
Chloe's the right Hamnet pick, too.
Yeah.
I feel
Totally
like,
agree.
I mean,
I
if
feel
you-
like
if
that
you-
was
if you
the
get
right
Jesse
pairing
Buckley.
for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
It's a really good pairing. Yeah, really good.
Good job.
Okay. We are back to you, Sophia.
Victor.
Are you going to
Okay.
continue the hot guy trajectory here?
Yeah, kind of. Just in a different way.
Are you picking Adam Sandler for Jake Kelly, or what are we doing
That
here?
was exactly.
Well,
that's exactly
she
right.
can't because she picked
I
actor.
can't.
For
I have an
Scallon.
actor.
Oh, that's true.
So I know that. See, I have. This is hard because I thought that pick was safe, and it wasn't.
I didn't even think about it as going in dark horse for you. So
No, it's okay.
see, which shows that we have not like conspired.
We haven't conspired.
Sure.
We're on our own here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes me a little worried for my dark horse pick, which, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Okay, so what do I have left? I have nomination leader, I have actress. I think my actress is good. Yeah. I have to do this. Speaking of hot guys, Michael B. Jordan. Nomination leader, I'm gonna go Sinners. I know we don't have a ton of faith in it in the same way that we do with One Battle After Another, but it being a period piece, I think it will be really strong with the guilds. We're looking at original song submissions. That score is beautiful. Costume design, production design. So while above the line, I don't know. I have my doubts about Coogler as well and about the actors getting in. I think that next to One Battle After Another, and there are a couple of other films that I think could get high nomination tallies. I'm gonna go with Sinners, and I know this is also a film that your listeners and people are really rooting for, I think, to do very well.
Totally agree. I think it's a pretty savvy pick here, actually, because I do think like this conversation naturally kind of disposes of a lot of the below the line things to think about. Mm-hmm. And I think exactly what you said, Sinners has a lot going for it there. So, okay. Good pick. Ryan.
Now I wait.
Yeah, now you wait. Now you wait many picks. Ryan, we are back to you.
I mean, I'm gonna take a one battle. It's time to take one battle here, and I'm gonna take an actor. I'm gonna take the movie star of our time, and I'm gonna take the man that's gonna win Best Actor. I think I'm gonna take Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another.
One pick away, man.
Yeah,
one
and
pick.
I'm going to take it from Ethan because that's the right move.
That
is the right move. Sophia and I have seen it a crazy amount of times. 8 times a piece.
Aren't you both
Ethan?
in the? Are you not? Yeah. I thought you were double.
I think
digits.
we're both at 8.
Yeah, we're both at 8, and then Ethan, you're like what 11?
I can only hope. Yeah. I'm at 3. Unfortunately,
you're at 3. Okay.
Yeah. It was gonna be 4, and then I remembered I have small children I have to care for.
Eric, you're at 2.
I'm just 2. Yeah,
you got to get those numbers up. Get them up.
You got to pump them up.
But I think that as the viewings have gone on over the last month, I'm starting to think that this might be Leonardo DiCaprio's best performance. And
that's where I am too.
It is. There are little moments in Leo's performance that make me laugh as much as they make me cry. I mean, the phone call scene alone, maybe the funniest thing of the year. There's a moment when he's on the sniper rifle and he pops his head up after seeing that it is Willa, and it's just this innocent, like, oh my God, that is her. It's him in the car just like pounding it and going, faster, you piece of shit. And yet it leads up to that moment where it's like where it's like, it's your dad, Willa, and that moment where he hands her the letter and he's just sitting there, and but then there's also the absurdity of like what we were saying about with the teacher. And so he just blends this wonderful tapestry of a performance. It's honestly, as much as this movie is a culmination of PTA's career, it's a culmination of the work that Leo's been doing the last decade and a half. So, I think he's going to win it. And I think Jesse and him are going to be a great photo, so.
It's a good way to look at it.
It's a really good way to look at it.
We specifically
as long as it's not Wicked up there with them, then it'll be totally fine. It'll be a great night.
God, we can only hope.
We
specifically mentioned
right next to DiCaprio.
hopefully not in a
Critics' Choice Award winner.
Critics' Choice Award winner. Yeah, get it correct. Get it right. We specifically mentioned that scene that you mentioned, Ryan, the kind of the voice crack in Willa at the very end here when we did do the PTA collaborative rankings. And I think for that in specificity, I'm mad that One Battle After Another is at 5. I think we did make a mistake there. And that's too bad because, that's what the history books will show.
Should be at 3.
Yeah, should be higher.
Where one
Magnolia should really be at 1, though. That's the problem. Anyway.
Magnolia should be at like 6.
I like this pick for you, and that's what I was going to pick.
Good.
So it kind of throws a little bit of a wrench in what I have to do now. One battle is off the board for everybody, except me.
You. Yeah, so you can wait if you want to.
So I could wait in theory, because those options technically couldn't be taken. I also just get worried. Eric made me a little bit worried of this whole dark horse idea of people actually maybe picking things that I want.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have to do here?
I don't know. I feel like we don't have.
I feel like I might be the only one thinking of it that way.
Okay. I have to do actor, actress, dark horse, and what happened here. Let me refer to my strategy sheet. Because I do actually have a little bit of strategy going into this.
Sure.
For actress, I'm gonna make the pick that I could probably wait and make the pick. I'm gonna redo the Wicked for Good situation here. I could probably make this later because it is One Battle After Another, but it's weighing on my mind. I need to get it off the slate, and I need to move forward with my other nominations. So in actress, I'm going to be going supporting, and I am going to be drafting Teyana Taylor here from One Battle After Another.
Very cool.
I think
Very nice.
Simultaneously a completely realistic option that may happen here and might be a win, if not a really strong number 2. And I think in terms of strategy for this draft, a very cool pick, where if I saw that on somebody's team, I'd be like, yeah, that's sick. So I like that pick. And now comes the real work, because I have actor, dark horse, and what happened here. Dark horse and what happened here, I feel like are kind of like wild card 1 and 2, where they're kind of just automatically the last categories. In actor, this is kind of annoying because you guys picked the cool stuff, I can't. What should we do? I think I'm just going to go with a really solid pick. I'm just going to pick something that will definitely be nominated. And I'm going to be picking Jeremy Allen White for Springsteen in actor here.
Definitely be nominated.
I think it's a surefire nomination. I think, that's
interesting.
I think that's going to happen. You don't think so? You're not as sold. But Eric, it's a biopic of a white singer. Come on. What are we talking about here?
Those are your favorite ones,
Eric. 59 on Metacritic, and it made $0. It's a flop. He's a flop.
It's a flop.
And no one cares about the bear. So.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What did Complete Unknown do at the box office? Well, I can't remember. Was it moderately
more than
successful?
$9 million?
It did pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah,
it
made like
did pretty well.
It exceeded
140
Okay.
or something like that, I believe.
Yeah.
It did well. I mean, and Elvis
That's
did
fair.
too. I mean,
It did its job.
Yeah,
Okay.
Elvis did well. Even Rocket Man did really well, and he still didn't even make it in. So this is
Okay.
Yeah,
and that was actually a really great performance.
That was a really good movie.
On
I think Jeremy Allen White is very good in the film. I just think he's in a movie that's stranglehold by a terrible script. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think your call out of Metacritic and box office reception is totally valid. I saw this movie immediately, literally 5 minutes after I saw Shelby Oaks. And so I think I'm a little bit higher on Springsteen than most because I was like, oh, that's much better than Shelby Oaks, at least for me.
Maybe stick to YouTube, right? For some people.
So I didn't say it. That's a you thing. But
we can't give negative reviews of that movie, by the way. You can't do that.
I like Springsteen. I don't think it's a very strong movie. I don't think it's a very good movie. I think it is totally okay. incredibly underwritten relationship and female character. I think it really does a lot of like weird choices and pacing things. I strongly considered taking I almost said Kendall Roy. I strongly considered taking Jeremy Strong here because he is just doing Kendall Roy, but like with Bruce Springsteen, which I think is really cool and a great situation. But nonetheless, this is what I'm taking.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Okay. That's okay.
About the reception the movie garnered at the box office. So it all evens out, right? We all did it.
You thought about taking Jeremy Strong if you took a supporting person?
Thought considered.
Okay.
I like him wearing headphones, listening to music. Sue me, Ryan, you know?
I mean,
what are you going to do?
Paul Mescal was right there, but all right, sure.
It's true. I could have. And, you know, in retrospect, maybe that should have happened.
Paul is going to go undrafted now.
Maybe this is
I want you guys
really,
to feel the burn.
Well,
this is for you.
Really difficult that it's not that has not happened and will not happen.
It's not necessarily true, Sophia.
Unless he's a dark
horse. If you
just
consider him a dark horse, then
I wouldn't.
But see,
I wouldn't.
That's the thing, because I think we should be allowed to challenge dark horses, or even maybe what happened here.
Yeah. Okay.
For a misuse of the category, because I might be misusing it in a minute.
Let's find out.
I mean,
Reverse
he used
together.
it correctly. Well, I think we might have to test that theory. Am I up next, Ethan? Is that correct?
You are up next. Yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Well, I am. Well, everyone's taken their film. It looks like, and so.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Their singular film. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for a leader, so I can wait on that. I think, and I'll be good because no one else is going to take another film, and then we're all waiting. I assume just to probably take our what happens here in a minute. I'm going to go to Dark Horse. I think that there is buzz building, but there's really one dark horse out there in the world, and it is on Erik Anderson's shirt, and that, of course, is Amy Madigan in Weapons. So I will be taking Amy Madigan in Weapons for my dark horse.
You're a fucking cunt.
Yeah,
it was going to be my next pick. So.
Oh,
okay.
My God.
Hold on. We need to hold like real counsel for a second. This is what you guys write for this site. This is what you do. You have a great interest in this. This is real? Like, you guys think this is real? Because to me, this is a complete farce.
This is real.
I think it's real.
I think it's a real contender in this year, and I think that she's a dark horse candidate to get.
It's a great place to put.
That's where I was going to put her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I hate you. Yeah.
Well, you know,
your papers will be in the.
It just worked out that way, and
it's all right. It's all right.
That's a good pick, and
perfect use of dark horse category. I think.
Honestly, honestly, there's really nobody else that I could think of that is this out of the blue kind of pick that's off the beaten path that they would go that they normally don't go with. It's the clear definition of that. I mean, if I was just going with a tech player, you know, I would maybe do something out of like Sinners or something else. But it just felt right, and I apologize for nothing. So I'm good.
Okay. Wow, I'm impressed. I hold firm. I think Weapons is incredibly overrated, but
I think it's an incredibly great film, and I think that you.
I mean, you drafted Springsteen, so
and you drafted Wicked for Good. So like, what are we talking about?
It's a draft, guys. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. You know.
Yeah, and Amy Madigan's the.
A lot of people know this little guy named Bruce Springsteen and wizards and witches.
How much money did Weapons make at the box office, and how much did Springsteen deliver me from nowhere? Because I don't think
I take great offense that you use the full title of that movie against me. That's really rude. You didn't need to do that.
In a court
Sophia,
of law.
You do have the next pick in this draft.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more time with my dark horse, honestly, now, because that was my dark horse pick. I think that's the no-brainer dark horse pick.
Sure.
And
that was the choice.
Eric, I know you're not going to make this pick, but I'm going to do it anyway. And Ethan, I'm sorry for what I said about you earlier because I'm about to do something really similar.
What?
And I'm taking Ariana Grande, an actress.
Oh my God.
I want to win. I want to win.
What?
I want to
What?
win. I've decided.
Bunch of
And she also
silliness.
wants to win. And people also want her to win.
Yeah, they really do.
That's
It's
oh
insane.
my God, the most disingenuous pick.
I want to win is so
Please.
iconic. That's great.
Yeah, why don't
Listen.
she wear a gold dress while she's at it? Then if that's the
She
case.
might. She might.
Yeah, she'll totally win if she wins that.
She might. But I
That's-
think that there is,
wow.
with what we've seen online, and this is from the people who we expect it from, sure. But
Mhm.
I think that, people are talking about her being the standout. There's not consensus in supporting actress right now. I think Tiana Taylor has a great case. She is who I'm predicting to win. She is no longer on the board,
Mhm.
and neither is One Battle for me. And I think that, while there are other actresses, lead actress performances that I love that are in the mix, Jessie is the clear pick in lead, and she's no longer available. So I'm going with Ariana Grande.
I think it's a really good pick. I think it's really smart.
So Ethan, last year at this time,
Uh-huh.
Wicked reactions came out, and Ariana Grande was the standout, and everyone was saying how wonderful she is and how this is her time and everything. And then Zoe Saldana swept her.
Right.
And so I take all those reactions the same way I did last year. If it didn't happen then, it ain't happening now.
Interesting.
And also
I would actually zag on that. I would disagree.
No,
I think if she got swept
don't-
last year, this is going to give her a better case this year.
get the broom out again, because somebody will do it again. And I think that the second act of that musical, people forget, is not as good as the first, and there's no Defying Gravity. So
Sure.
there's a lot of that going on as well. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot
Fair.
of hope predicting online from the stands, and the
Mhm.
Grande and Chalamet stands on Sophia's team. My God, I'm
Yeah,
logging off of
you-
Twitter right now. Just
You
thinking
locked
about
up about 60% of Instagram right there. Like you are, it's pretty unreal.
I mean, but
geez.
in genuinely though, I do think like if you were looking at people's predictions online right now, I am in a rare place
Yeah.
of not having her in first and having Tiana Taylor. Like people are going
Me too.
full speed ahead predicting
yeah.
her.
Yep. So if you are using the Award Expert app, which is the app that I use to kind of run predictions, Ariana Grande, 59% of people think are going to win this category.
I wonder what that number was last year when the first one came out, because it was probably the same. Like,
it's a good question. Just stats, interesting.
That's what the money's for.
Eric, it is now your turn. And it seems as though you can't pick some things that you wanted.
It is my turn, and I was also very heavily considering doing what Sophia just did.
Oh.
In order, really, just for points. But I do think that I can just make an adjacent choice here and still scoop up a film that I should probably have in here. So with that,
you sound super duper confident with the speed of your words.
Picks and words.
Words strung together to
I'm helping you out. I'm trying to vamp
resemble
for you just a little bit,
sentences. Is making me lean to an actress pick. That would be Cynthia Erivo.
Okay. Same but different.
The
Same
pain
but
in
different.
Ryan's face when he made that pick.
Yeah, it's kind of actually it's kind of great. It's kind of great. I'm kind of into this.
Ryan, you're gonna be the only person without Wicked for Good on their team if you don't pick it in the next two categories.
Well, maybe I'll pick it
up.
in
heads up.
What happened here? Who knows?
No, that would be diabolical, man. That would be
Honestly,
crazy.
Honestly,
really
that would
funny.
be
I'll talk about it in a
amazing.
second. Maybe
It would be amazing.
Let's do
That'd
it.
be a good bit. Yeah, stick to it. Okay. For sure nomination. Do you think she's really in this race here?
Do I think that Arrivo is definitely in?
Yeah.
Not definitely, but yes, I think she is in right now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. You have another pick though. So
I do.
Pick something better.
And actually I'm going to go to the What Happened Here.
Ooh, first one in this category. Okay.
I think
Yes.
I know where you're gonna go.
Because I have
wonder-
1, 2, 3, 4 titles. I have 4 titles to choose from. And I think I'm going to go with
do
the
too.
very first one
Uh-huh.
that I wanted to pick here. And that is...
Yes,
we're
Eric, it is.
We're doing this over the course of, let's just say, 3 or 4 months of, when we all start the very early predictions, right?
Right.
Because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing back from May.
Yes. To build
and-
this what happened here narrative is what you're talking about.
And then looking at where things are now, which has some very clear choices here that are already kind of in the what happened here zone. And no, it's not The Lost Bus, Ryan.
Damn it!
Although
That's on my
it
list.
Oh, that's really close.
although it could be,
Could be.
it would be a good pick. No, I am going with After the Hunt as the what
really
happened
good one.
here.
Yeah.
That
This is
is
my
really
number one pick
good.
in this category.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I certainly saw it having a lot of potential, with especially Julia Roberts being pretty high on my list for a while. I mean, I didn't have it winning 9 like some other places had predicted, but yeah,
Name the
that is-
places. Name
that
the
is
places.
this is a movie that had kind of everything going for it, except for the fact that Luca Guadagnino hasn't had any Oscar success since Call Me by Your Name, but there was something about it that was oh, okay, this is the return to that. This is the subject matter. This is the star that can do it. But it's very clear that this is going to have maybe a Julia Roberts Golden Globe nomination at best. And I don't think anything else.
Yeah. This is a so much what happened here where I frankly haven't even seen this movie yet because I don't feel the need to really involve myself in any of this conversation, and it'll probably show up on Peacock in 6 weeks. So I'm
Prime.
not super
It'll be
worried
Prime
about it. Oh yeah,
Video.
it is Prime.
It'll be
It is
Prime
Prime.
Video.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That's kind of even crazier to draft it in this what happened here category because it was Prime and it went theatrical and it was big. And then it just completely bungled everything. I remember this was a big wow, this could be an up and down movie for nominations.
And to Eric's point, nobody gives a shit about the bear. I had Debris.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's had some
One if
projects
not the
as of
worst
late.
performance of the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
One of-
Opus was
it's one of them.
remarkably poor for her as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's tough.
There's
Tough.
some one trick ponyism going on with Iowa Debris that is really unfortunate.
Wow. We just we kind of just ripped the Band-Aid off of this very raw truth, and I wasn't prepared for that, guys. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Whew. Okay. Well, Sophia, you have a pick now. You have our two kind of, I don't know, more interesting categories.
Yeah. For Dark Horse, I think I'm just going to follow my heart. And
Okay.
this could be a number of things, honestly, but my top 2 picks are off the board in Amy Madigan and Jacob Elordi. I don't really think this person has a chance, but I want him to. And if Paul can't be drafted,
Oh, I
Josh
know.
should be drafted. I'm
Mm.
going to take Josh O'Connor for Wake Up Dead Man.
Okay.
That's my Dark
Wow.
Horse.
he's one of my 3 in this category.
That's
So I'm so
Great.
glad that you have it.
This is
That's
a
great.
great performance, legitimately fantastic. Ethan, did you see Wake Up Dead Man at TIFF?
I did, and I thought
Okay.
it was quite poor, to be honest with you. I didn't really like it.
Okay, well, you
Yeah.
have Springsteen, so I'm gonna say this.
You can't
about
just
Josh.
always fall back on the guy who drafts Springsteen. Let me live a little. Let me live life.
I love how Josh O'Connor is in this, narrator role, and I think in the dark horse category, like I kind of want to honor him too, just because someone who's had a really great year again, really versatile group of performances with History of Sound and The Mastermind, and he's just doing such great work, and I would love to see him nominated at the Globes or getting some love with critics groups, really anything. So this is my fun pick of the draft.
I'm so glad that you have this.
Yeah.
Because it was right there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to like that pick. Like I think a lot of people will think that's a pretty cool pick.
It's a great
Just like they
category.
like that movie, Ethan.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's fun.
It's a great movie.
I'm a
so
glass onion
good.
guy. What can I say?
Okay.
I'm really in a small prestige group on that one.
Yeah.
On an island, some may say.
All right, move on.
Ryan, you're next.
Okay. Can I ask a question to the group and see if we can
Sure.
if an amendment to the category?
Oh,
Does it have to be a film for what happened here? Could it also
that's a good
be
question.
Like a person?
A person?
I always viewed it as a singular film.
I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
I
I
would
don't know.
say yeah, because it
I'm
still
open
falls
to
in
it.
line with. It still has to be, the
Sure.
only
Yeah.
film representation
Okay.
that you have.
Okay.
I would be fine with it.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
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 Are you going to pick Jeremy on White?
No, I'm gonna pick Ariana
Guys,
Grande.
She's taken.
I'll take Amanda Seyfried and get the Grande people back on my side.
Oh my God.
I mean, honestly, could. I don't think that movie's
You
doing really
could.
much anything outside of her, to be fair.
I think in general,
Um,
The Testament of Anne Lee is a very good what happened here situation.
It might be.
It's
and
not.
also-
It's a terrible version for that category.
I don't. I just think it might be Amanda Seyfried, and that's it. I don't think
I
anything else.
I think that it will be just that too.
Yeah.
But I think that there are worse travesties than that have happened. Eric mentioned his beloved The Lost Bus. And I won't go there, but I'm gonna wait on this because Ethan would have to pick this category.
I typed it into the doc, Ryan. You're gonna make me delete it?
No, no, I'm not picking that one. I didn't even say that. I'm gonna take my film leader. I'm gonna take my movie.
I forgot you
happened.
kind of needed to draft that.
I kind of need to draft that, and I honestly kind of blocked myself by taking Jessie Buckley. I could have taken Hamnet,
which is going to get 10 nominations.
which is going to get 10. And then I thought about and then Wicked, which I don't think is going to get 10, but good for you, Ethan. And then there was Sinners, which is a great pick by Sophia, honestly, because even though I don't think it's going to do well above the line, it's going to do really good below the line, which can get it to a nomination leader status. And obviously Eric had one battle, which is the right move. So I'm going to follow the logic of kind of Sophia here. And I'm going to take a film that I think is going to do well below the line. And that could actually sneak into some technical to the top line categories. From an Academy Award winner, I'm going to take Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Because it's also Netflix.
Yeah.
And we haven't outside of Jake. And if Eric thinks that Jacob Elordi's getting in, Del Toro's probably in the 6 to 10 range and climbing as the days have gone on.
Sure.
Adapted screenplay is a very thin category as well, too. And then if you add up all those techs that like the makeup and the production design and the costumes and visual effects and sound and all that, that's a pretty hefty, haul for a movie that we all kind of thought was dead, but has kind of come back around and we'll release it on the platform at the right time during the holidays. And people love Guillermo del Toro. So, and he's done his campaigning already for it. So I think I'm going to take Frankenstein there. I think that's the right move.
Well, to be clear, I largely picked Jacob Elordi because he's hot.
Yes.
I thought I made that really clear.
Clear the air on that one.
I've been, but Eric and I and Sophia, when we last talked on the podcast, I have been climbing up the idea that he's going to get in. I mean, I like to climb up him, but climbing up in terms of the 5, because the makeup of that film, I think, is going to win. And then if that's that, then I think he's going to get in the 5. And then,
really,
because usually the makeup wins correlate with the actors that are in that transformation. And so,
sure.
Let's go, therefore, Amy Madigan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
okay.
they're that too.
Right.
So,
there you go.
I think that's also a movie that's just done good enough to ride the waves. Jay Kelly really hasn't. Obviously, you mentioned After the Hunt, like a lot of the House of Dynamite, these Venice movies hasn't really done particularly well, but it played really well at TIFF, and that wasn't a fluke. And then it's started screening for guilds and critics groups already, and people have been liking it more and more. And been surprised. There's kind of been like this, like, oh wait, it's actually not as bad as people were saying it was, kind of thing. So that when I talk to people, and people, regardless of what you think of the plot, are so impressed with those crafts. That's the number one thing you can take out of that movie. So, yeah.
Okay. It's a good pick. I guess I need to see Frankenstein before the Academy Awards would be my takeaway here.
Why would you not?
And even
no, I will. There's never a question.
And Nightmare Alley's a comp for it too, because Nightmare Alley did well below in the text as well. And,
it's a good comp.
Squeaked in the Best Picture.
I do love Nightmare Alley. Okay, I've got 2 categories left. I've got What Happened Here and Dark Horse, and I am going to be the first person to complete my team. And the first thing that I pick after choosing Jeremy Allen White from Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. So a lot of important things happening right now at this moment in time. In What Happened Here, I'm going to go with the next logical thing for me that I think will resonate the most. I was kind of tossing it up between 2 things. One of these things is kind of a festival thing, and I think a little bit more inside baseball. Hasn't seen a wide release yet, and is a little bit of a kind of like I said, like an inside thing. The other thing is much more broad and general, and a complete misfire from everybody involved? ? Don't know. Haven't seen it, but I'm going to pick The Smashing Machine because this was A24's play. I know they have Marty Supreme, and it seems as though they are kind of zagging and dedicating resources there to the other brother. Of course, two of A24's most expensive movies that they've ever made. They poured and poured and poured so much marketing into this movie. Of course, you have Dwayne Johnson doing the cycle saying, I want to be a real actor, and this is the project that's going to do it for me. Emily Blunt doing what she does and being like incredibly misused in films, as far as I'm aware, as far as I've been told. And this whole campaign, whole movie, completely fell flat. Nobody wanted it. Nobody went to go see it. The box office is quite poor and terrible. And it's essentially, at time of recording, kind of been eviscerated from any Academy Awards talk at all, which I find remarkably fascinating to 4 months ago when we had one trailer for this movie and everybody was putting it in many categories.
Yep. You can't tell me that A24 did not see that coming and go, oh my God, let's get Marty Supreme at New York, right? Because this is a disaster.
It's totally true. I think what he had said, Safdie had said about Supreme, is that he finished cutting it 6
2
hours
a.m.
before?
the night before.
Yeah, real close to when they were going to screen it at New York, which really feeds into that. Okay, so I've got The Smashing Machine and What Happened Here. Dark Horse.
Excellent choice.
I'm up between 2. There's a movie that I actually think is a dark horse that I think, if it plays its cards right, and depending on what maybe the guilds do, what the distributor of this film chooses to do, I like its chances for some categories. There's also another movie that is one of my favorites of the year that I kind of just want to talk about. But I don't want to blow a category just talking about a cool movie that I like, so I'll save that for honorable mentions at the end.
Is that Minecraft?
Make an actual pick. It is. God damn it. You ruined the bit, Ryan. How dare you? Jack Black for Best Actor. FYC. In Dark Horse, I'm going to be picking Train Dreams. This is...
Motherfucker.
That's the pick.
Yes. My favorite movie of the year so far. Releases on Netflix mid-November, I believe. highly suggest everybody see this movie. It is small. It is not really seeing a theatrical release, which is a whole conversation in of itself from Netflix. But nonetheless,
it is. It's getting the same 2 weeks as
everything else
as their general awards.
Yes,
do.
but in other cities outside of New York and LA. I don't think have screenings currently. At least not in Portland. They don't. And we already have screenings for Jay Kelly. So nonetheless, less is going into this movie, I feel like. And it is written by and directed by the same guys that did Sing Sing, which is a really fascinating comp considering A24 kind of bungled that Oscar campaign. And now they see themselves making a movie with Netflix. I think it's delightful. Completely obliterated me when I saw it. If you have a heart, maybe just like brace yourself for the emotional impact of this film. In terms of the dark horseness, like I think we could be seeing a screenplay here. I think in a just world, Joel Edgerton might be in the conversation. I don't think that's going to happen, but
he's in the conversation.
I would love it to happen.
Conversation.
He's in my conversation too.
There we go. We live in a just world.
He's literally in a
not a
conversation
world,
that'll be coming up on the website soon. Yeah.
Exciting stuff. Yeah, I think Train Dreams is a real look out. Mid-February, this is the movie everybody is talking about kind of situation.
It's got an All Quiet on the Western Front kind of feel to it.
I was going to say
it's a
coda, but complimentary.
Yeah. Sure. That's also a good comp. Yeah, totally. Comes out of nowhere, smacks down, huge surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great film.
I finished my TV. Yeah, such a good movie.
Damn
Dying
it.
to rewatch
That was my number one in this category.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two. I mean, for number one for a film though.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Ryan,
both of my choices in this are gone. Damn it.
You've got one more pick left. You've got what happened here.
Ooh,
What happened?
The category you're trying to
happen
bend.
here. Well, okay. So are we just saying that like this movie? We're saying this movie completely blanks, right? We're not saying like a movie underperformed.
Not necessarily.
Like,
Not
that's
necessarily. It can be
like
that would be the
underperforming.
best. That would be the best outcome for
Like
this category.
An underperformance also is on the table as well because that's where Wicked.
It would have
comes
to be
in.
pretty extreme.
you
whatever
can do it.
you
I mean, if
whatever
you want
you
to.
think, man.
I mean,
It's
like,
your team.
because I kind of do think that movie's going to underperform, and I think people aren't ready for it.
I don't know how good that would go over with voters of this draft. in
I don't
particular.
think so.
Exactly.
But so there's the obvious choice, and then there is the choice that sadly I think is going to happen. And
Okay.
the obvious choice is to take something like The Lost Bus, which is like again is a very obvious choice. That's like the easy points. But if we're talking about films that are in the race, and I've seen multiple times, and I think is slowly losing momentum to where it will be it's not a terrible movie. It's not like After the Hunt. It's not like Smashing Machine. This is a movie I genuinely like. But it is starting to fade away in terms of where it could potentially get nominations from. And I think it just might miss altogether. So I think I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go back to Netflix, and I'm going to take Jay Kelly.
Yeah.
Because there is a world where that blanks. And that would be, as of right
Interesting.
now, I only have it in original screenplay, which is saying a lot because when we started the season, we thought it was picture, director, screenplay, 3 acting nominations,
Right.
Nicholas Bertel, the cinematography, the edit, all of it. And it is not even close to any of that. And while Clooney and Sandler are in the mix, there is a big possibility that those guys miss. And also, if other films start, climbing up the boards, then I think that it will position itself out of picture, and it's either a lone screenplay at that point, or it just doesn't get in at all. So, and I'm kind of feeling that it's going to be like that. I love Jay Kelly. Of the 3 of us at the site, I'm the highest on it. I've seen it 3 times, and it's played differently with every single crowd. And it kind of has that it kind of never had that momentum that even Frankenstein's had, where people are rediscovering it or reliking it. Maybe it gets on the platform and that changes, but I don't know. I don't feel any enthusiasm for it as much as I like it, and I have to take my
Yeah.
personal opinions out of it and just see the race for what it is. I think a movie like Ethan, like you're saying, like Train Dreams is building more momentum, and that will mean that Jay Kelly suffers because of it. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I think that's a solid pick. I haven't seen it, unfortunately, but yeah,
I
interesting.
mean, Eric, it was a top tier contender, right? When you were doing this way back in like
Absolutely.
May.
Yeah.
So like
Absolutely.
it's on the
New
board.
Bomback,
It doesn't
big.
always have to be about
Mhm.
quality of film. This is about the
Mhm.
fact that like, will it end up being talked about as like, how did they screw that one up? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or how, and not
Sure.
just Netflix, but anybody if they had a movie like this. So yeah, I'm gonna
It's
take Jay
no
Kelly.
Amelia Perez, is what you're saying.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
honestly the quite opposite of that.
Yeah.
Like it, and it shouldn't, right? Because it has
kinda
Sandler and
brutal.
Clooney, and
Yeah.
it has these big stars, and yet, you know, its Venice reception has just never been able to get over that
Right.
hump. Yeah.
End of the year for Netflix is super intriguing, just based on a few movies that we've
Mhm.
already selected here. Train Dreams releases on the platform on November 21st. Jay Kelly releases on December 5th, and Wake Up Dead Man comes out the very next week on December 12th. So that's
Yeah.
just like a microcosm of like what Netflix is having to do this award season, which is a lot
Yeah.
of kind of weird stuff, frankly, kind of weird things that they're like dropping and picking up and dedicating more or less time to. Okay, Ryan, you've squared away your team with Jay Kelly.
Sophia, do you think I'm
Sophia.
crazy with that?
No, I don't think you're crazy, but I think I have a couple more like obvious ones that I think I'm gonna draw from. I
Yeah.
just can't decide which one. But
No,
I
that's
think
fine.
Jay Kelly could totally underperform. I think especially because at the beginning of the season, people were predicting it to win picture and director.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a little bit of like, it was between that and like Luca. And we were like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Well, you and I were both like,
We were-
that's not happening.
Yeah.
We were
you know.
infants
no.
back then. What did we know?
No, we
you
were
know?
not. Okay, so I'll throw it to you guys. Do you want the shady pick, or do you want the honest, like true pick?
I want the
No, the shady pick for sure. The shady pick.
The shady pick for 500, please.
Well, I'm just gonna throw it out there, but I don't want it on my team.
No, just do it.
Well,
Come on, have
I don't
fun.
know. Can you do
Come
that?
on.
Can you just
Okay,
like
you
put
know
it
what?
out?
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Okay, you're officially
I'm
drafting
taking
this.
Song Sung Blue in what happened here.
That's the
Okay.
right move.
So this is actually
that was in my top 4.
this is a really good
Exactly.
conversation. I haven't
Mhm.
seen this movie. I don't think the general public really knows kind of anything about this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Can you give us like the 30 to 60 second actually what happened here? Because
And sing it.
from what we've heard, yeah, you have to do it in singing. So that's the caveat.
Like
from
Hugh
what I
Jackman.
know, this was like a huge deal. This was supposed to make a splash, right?
Yeah. So, well, it depends who you ask, but I
Mhm.
think that's kind of where I'm going here with this one is that sometimes I think things are predicted really, I think, kind of out of nowhere as, oh, this is going to make a splash in a certain acting category. In this case, it was Best Actress or in picture. And it's not really based on anything. It's just kind of a hunch. Sometimes hunches are great. Sometimes they don't work. In this case, it did not work. And this is a movie about a pair of, singers. They're Neil Diamond tribute band performers played by Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson, had its world premiere at AFI, which is usually not a good sign. I'll just throw that out there for a movie.
As
And
the
I think
closing night. Yeah.
closing night. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
tough.
this just, when I saw it, I did kind of, there's a part of me that thinks like it could appear places. Like I think it could pop up at CCA maybe somewhere, or it could, maybe Kate Hudson gets in at the Globes, or even at SAG we could see it. But it just, I think when I heard about it, I just thought, okay, what is this thing? Like, is it going to shake up Focus's priorities? Because they also have Hamnet and they have Begonia, which we haven't talked about today. And that just never felt real to me. So I think then when I saw it and it really didn't feel real to me, I thought, okay, we can maybe put most of this to bed now in some way, shape, or form. I think again, it could appear in places, certainly at guilds maybe, but it's just it's not that big contender that I think people thought could maybe shake it up.
Certainly not a number 1 actress contender.
No.
I am not there fully yet because we need to kind of see more evidence after our screening at AFI and see how, more audiences respond, because I looked at Sophia and I said that movie kind of has Coda vibes, where if you get it in the hands of people that really need to cry or into schlocky sentimental sort of filmmaking like that, that it could be the emotional pick. And Kate Hudson and Hugh Jackman are literally acting the cliches to the nines in that movie, but that's not stopped them before from even awarding some stuff like that and adapted. And I mean, there have been great films that have been an adapted screenplay that have lost to really crappy screenplays before.
Imitation Game.
Exactly.
Eating
I mean,
Paradise.
the Coda one beat Power of the Dog,
Right.
so,
and Drive My Car.
and Drive My Car. So
insane.
Think about that.
Don't bring me back to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like that.
Tough.
So like but I see also your point there, Sophia, where it's like, it's either this sneaky damn thing that is lingering in the weeds for like the season, and then it takes over, or it does absolutely fucking nothing, and thank God. So like,
Sure.
I see that as a good pick, where it's like, I tend to lean more in your way of that, in that thinking that it's going to not blossom anything, but I'm just cautiously like, please, I'm not ready to call that one yet. As like I would be like a Smashing Machine or After the Hunt, or even like Jay Kelly. Like Jay Kelly feels like it's, pack up the cheesecake and go home.
My other pick was The Lost Bus, just because I have this very vivid memory of getting my nails done, listening to a podcast where every single person put The Lost Bus in their picture 10 and no one had one battle after another. And I just thought, what is going on here? What is this? What is this world I'm living in?
This podcast is really funny.
And then Eric did it too.
Yeah. Song Sung Blue is seeing a December 25th Christmas Day wide release.
Man, that's actually
just of note. Another American film coming out on December 25th. That would be Marty Supreme. So there's some box office
picks. Two Christmas Adventurers.
You do.
Song Sung Blue is a little bit more accessible.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Marty Supreme, but doesn't mean
your 3.
It'll make as much money. So
Eric, you've got the final pick of the draft. You have your dark horse here.
I do have my dark horse, and both of my top dark horse picks are gone now. So in thinking about that, I look at my list and I look at the titles that I have: One Battle, Hamnet, Wicked, Frankenstein. Unfortunately, I'm not willing to go like really outside the box category wise for this. Like, hey, I think this song from the Twits is going to get in, because who cares? Nobody.
That's a crazy poll. That's really remarkable stuff from a guy who watches way too many movies. That's crazy.
It's not going to get me. It's not going to give me points. I don't know. Maybe like drafting Diane Warren might. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I know she'll vote for that.
Talk about
she would vote for herself.
So I'm looking at my list. I'm looking at the top films, and where I'm missing something. So I'm going to a supporting actress who is in the conversation, but I think really still outside of it, and is going to need more than a Gotham nomination to get herself to the end. And that's Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners.
Oh, not where I thought you were going to go. Great pick.
Not where
on
I thought
my
you were
list
go
too, but I had Sinners, so I couldn't take her.
My favorite performance in the film. Love her.
Love her.
I think she's wonderful in that.
So good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really good pick.
She is the soul of the movie to me. And I would love to see it happen, but I also think that movie's acting chances are all very on the cusp.
Sure.
Nothing is solid at all.
Yeah. Well, solid or not, we have finished our 2026 Academy Awards predictions draft. We have done it, I think, pretty successfully, if we all agree, which yet to be seen. Let's go through our teams, and then we'll do a quick round of honorable mentions, because of course there are a lot of movies in the Academy Award conversation this season that just were not talked about because they didn't really kind of apply to some of these categories. If you have any picks for any of the categories, maybe dark horse or what happened here, kind of being some of those leaders in conversation. We're going to talk about some of those. Eric, why don't you start us off and run through your team?
My nomination leader is One Battle After Another. My director pick is Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. My actress leader supporting pick is Cynthia Erivo for Wicked for Good. My actor pick is Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein. My dark horse is Wumi Musaku for Sinners. And my what happened here after the hunt.
Strong team. Sophia, what about you?
My nomination leader is Sinners. My director is Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. My actor, leader supporting, is Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. My actress, leader supporting, is Ariana Grande for Wicked for Good. My dark horse is Josh O'Connor for Wake Up Dead Man. And my what happened here is Song Sung Blue.
Ryan, what's your team looking like?
My nomination leader is Frankenstein. My director pick is Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident. My actor leader supporting pick is Leonardo DiCaprio, also known as Bob Ferguson, also known as Ghetto Pat, also known as Batman, also known as Peter Parker. Tim Parker. Take your pick for One Battle After Another. My actress leader supporting is Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. My wild card pick, or dark horse pick, I'm sorry, is Amy Madigan for Weapons. And my what happened here is Jay Kelly.
In Best Director, I chose Ryan Coogler for Sinners. For nomination leader, I chose Wicked for Good. In supporting actress, I chose Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. In supporting actor, I chose Jeremy Allen White in Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, a real movie that some people, like myself, have seen. In What Happened Here, I chose The Smashing Machine. And in Dark Horse, I drafted Train Dreams. I think all different, strong teams. Now, I have no clue how people are going to vote for a team they want to win. And we're just going to put it out in the open like we normally do. Who won this draft? I don't know what that means to everybody. So we'll see who wins
Sophia
this
won
draft.
this draft.
Oh, you think Sophia wins?
Yeah, I will be shocked if Sophia loses this draft.
Yeah, that's the internet.
Okay.
picks.
Even without
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
can see that.
That's the internet picks.
Once the
Yeah.
SEO kicks in,
It's we're
Right.
fucking done.
Then
Like
we're zooming.
I picked based off of what I think, but like that's
Well,
just
I
like,
picked based off of, I mean, a lot of mine's what I think is going to be there at least. Like maybe not winners,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, PTA
Yeah.
I think is winning. But like, I think Grande and Chalamet are both getting nominated. I think Sinners has great chances below the line. I'm shocked. I mean, the only hard part was I didn't have room for Hamnet anywhere.
Sure.
right?
Sure. Speaking of no room for movies, we should do a lightning round of maybe some honorable mentions, movies that you maybe want to talk about for a brief second, that you want to nominate, maybe some true predictions you want to get out there that you were not able to during this conversation, during this draft. Ryan, do you want to start us off? Do you have anything in this kind of circle here?
Well, first of all, no sentimental value anywhere is
Interesting.
amazing.
That is the major call out of this draft.
I
for
literally thought that's why I'm if you're Renata Reinsva, I'm so sorry. I thought Sophia was going to pick you, and I mean it's just like, I thought so. I thought that was right up there. I thought that
I'm worried about her a little bit. Like all of a sudden.
She's gonna get in. I thought that Stellan Skarsgård was going to be someone that somebody picked as well. That's actually where I thought Eric was going until he picked Jacob Elordi, for God's sakes.
Me too.
Which is such a great pick. Yeah, so that's like the big film that I didn't see. But then I also wanted to mention two films that I considered for what happened here. And that is Rental Family, which is a movie that everybody
that was the movie I was alluding to. That is a little bit more still inside baseball that not a lot of people have seen yet. Completely did not win audience award at TIFF, and really kind of end of the line there for that.
And then I think the other one that we have to talk about, because This was a movie with After the Hunt and Jay Kelly. There was like a trio of films that people were predicting to win Best Picture, and people literally said had an overdue narrative more than Paul Thomas Anderson, and that's Yorgos Lanthimos for Begonia. And that movie is hanging on by threads in certain categories. Maybe it gets in for Emma Stone, maybe it doesn't, who knows. Maybe it gets in that screenplay, who knows, but like nothing below the line, nothing outside of really Clemens and Stone for a movie that everyone thought was going to win picture and director. So like that is a movie that like I also would consider for what happened here, because it's gone from like a surefire thing to now it is second, and if Song Sung Blue hits, it would be third on the what happened here. Oh, another focus film. And I wanted to say this with all the love and respect, and I hope she does not kill me. Anemone.
That was on my list.
Yeah, that is a what happened here. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yep.
Pick there as well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Movie would have been a lot better if it was just the poop monologue for like 85 minutes. But
yes,
it's the only good monologue.
Yeah, you can't win them all. Sophia, honorable mentions, movies that we didn't talk about you want to throw out there?
I almost picked Anemone for my What Happened Here. I almost just picked Daniel Day-Lewis, honestly, and just did the full thing. Going full circle from last draft.
It would be the closest that Timmy's ever gotten to be with Daniel Day-Lewis in a cat, outside of Call Me By Your Name. Yeah, because he wants to be
PTA and DDL on the same team. I also thought about taking Ballad of a Small Player in What Happened Here.
Oh, that's a good one.
Another Netflix
Edward
production.
Berger, he has had, hits really recently with the Academy, and this one just hit with a thud. So
not good.
And then I think House of Dynamite also is an option there, just because of the reception and everything. I know some people I've just learned are really big fans of that film, but
another Netflix movie.
Not one
of
them.
Playing like crazy though on the platform.
Yeah, it has.
Oh yeah,
it's true.
Oh yeah, I think the big ones. Yeah, the big ones we didn't talk about, obviously Sentimental Value. I think, in Dark Horse, I also considered Sorry Baby, just getting in screenplay.
I like that.
That was one for me, but I just chose the fun route instead. And then I think just we left some cool actress contenders off the board too, like Rose Byrne.
Yes.
Amanda Seyfried, actress is really stacked this year. I thought about taking Tessa Thompson in Dark Horse for Hedda as well, just because I love that performance. But lots of good stuff this year.
Totally, all good shouts. What about you, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, this is your movie draft podcast. It's not my predictions, my things that I want. So you don't have to play this game with a false sense of integrity, because it's about winning a game. So I love what I picked, but they don't represent like, here's like what I absolutely love, because there are things that are coming nowhere near here that I would love to have been a part of this. Anything from Twinless, and especially Dylan O'Brien, deserves to be in the conversation all season long. And he couldn't even get a Gotham Award. Keeping it gay, I love The History of Sound. So anything for Josh O'Connor and Paul Mescal, absolutely 100% behind that, in front of it, in the middle of it, all around it.
Yeah, that's a what happened here.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a what happened here. Absolutely. Those are my two like really like big, honorable mentions as things that I really, really love. But also just in playing the game and watching, choices kind of get picked off. Definitely the Amy Madigan. I was very obviously very hoping to lock her in, either actress or Dark Horse. But I think she's such a great Dark Horse pick.
All really good shouts. I agree with kind of everything you guys said. I echo the sentimental value. I think it's really interesting that none of us went in that direction, talking about movies maybe losing a little bit of steam as we go on.
Too,
Secret Agent is a great
Wagner
Dark Horse
Moura.
situation. A movie that didn't work for me, but has worked resoundingly for many other people.
Might have helped us all in the vote, because Brazil would
yeah,
yeah.
they pick up the SEO, man.
fucking
God, I don't
crush
think
You
of
should have
that.
thought about
Grande and
that.
Chalamet. So with that said, Brazil,
Tough.
I'm on your side. I love Wagner Moore the most. So like, pick me, Brazil. Is what I'm saying.
Oh my god!
I had
But for the Latino pick, yeah.
I had two other dark horse things on my short list. I had Sound of Falling for international feature. I think if
Ooh.
Mubi plays their cards right, we know that they can get things nominated.
so.
And I actually don't think Mubi has a lot of things that are on the real slate this year for the Academy Awards. So I could see something like that happening. I'm not sure if we have a confirmed release date of that movie for Christmas yet or not. I think there was maybe something floating around. I could be mistaken. My other dark horse that I wanted to just talk about, because I love it more than pretty much everybody else, is F1 getting in for sound, VFX, and best original song. So I don't know if it's like a dark horse, right? But it is something that I think will be more prominently spoken about as the season kind of carries on, and as we inevitably see a re-release of this movie in theaters to kind of match what Sinners is doing, and these things. I think F1 is definitely in the conversation for a lot of those. Well, I feel pretty good about this draft. I think this exercise was really successful and really fun, and was a great kind of different way to talk about the Academy Awards and predicting. I will let you guys know, as well as the listeners, we're going to run it back on an episode that we did last year, a couple weeks before we do, or a couple weeks before the Academy Awards take place. We do a Best Picture nominees collaborative draft, where we collaboratively rank all 10 guaranteed nominees for Best Picture. And that ended incredibly poorly last year, if I remember correctly. I believe that Dune 2 was our number one pick of that list. So
that's not good.
Fucking nerds.
Things don't go as planned.
That's nerd behavior.
That was really fun. So we're going to be doing it again this year. Maybe we have some of you back. Who's to say? Maybe we reconvene the Academy Award Tribunal. Nonetheless, thank you all for joining this draft. Eric, Sophia, Ryan, thank you so much for joining me, for being here. Eric, if people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
Definitely awardswatch.com. Start there. And on socials, it's AwardsWatch everywhere except for Twitter, which is awards_watch. And yeah, all that. Sign up for our newsletter too. Now I'm finally remembering to plug it. So
plug your real things. Please do. Great site over there. Ryan, if people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky at Ryan McQuade 77. You can find all my work, all my interviews, everything at awardswatch.com. If you like podcasts, this group is, or at least the three of us, Sophia, Eric, and myself, we do the main show, and along with our other contributors. And then I also do the Director Watch podcast with myself and Jay Ledbetter. We are about to wrap up our Hughes Brothers series, and then we are about to start our series on Claire Denis.
High Life. Let's go.
I was going to say, Ethan, have you seen a Claire Denis film? And
I have seen many Claire Denis films, and I love the one. I love the one with the sex room and the space station. That's how I like to describe it.
God.
But outside of High Life, have you seen any of her other films? Did you see her new film at TIFF?
I don't think I did. No.
Okay. So
I'm a farce. I don't actually like movies.
Proving that Ethan hates women.
Yeah,
and it is confirmed.
And movies, actually.
And movies past the last 5 years.
I really wanted to see both sides of the blade. I didn't see it. However, I have seen Stars at Noon. Shout out Benny Safdie. Maybe a better actor than a director. Who's to say?
Probably. Yeah.
Sophia, if people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Sophia_Sim, Letterboxd, and Blue Sky at Sophia Sim. You can find my writing, interviews, reviews, more podcasts at AwardsWatch. And you can find all of our updated nomination predictions at anklerpundits.com.
That's correct. Sorry.
That's right.
Thank you, Sophia, for reminding me.
You're welcome.
I forgot about that. We're all on the Ankler.
Wow. Look at you. Impressive work, plugging everything humanly possible. I didn't notice an invite onto your podcast in any of those plugs. That's interesting. You've all been here.
Anyway, you guys can like,
don't
review,
really
and
do
subscribe to the podcast.
We don't really do guests.
We
Okay,
should do
okay.
a draft at some point, though. I think that would.
I
be
think
really
that
fun.
could be fun.
You'd-
Yeah.
You'd
can
have
do
to pay me for the rights, but that's okay. We can work that out. I'll have my lawyer contact.
I'm pretty sure other people were doing drafts before you, buddy.
Other people, not as big. But this
Shout out
platform,
Sean Fantasy.
huge
You know what I
platform
mean?
over here.
Yeah,
Big thanks
What
to
is a Portland lawyer like? Do they work out of like a yurt?
You guys.
just like a low blow to the place that I live, right off the cuff, out of nowhere. I'm getting ready to thank my co-host for making this show. That's out of control. Ben Lawhorn, thank you. Sophie Holsinger, thank you for making this podcast with me. This is a great time. Again, thank you to all of you for joining. Be sure to listen and subscribe to the Movie Draft Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also now on YouTube with video, and we release clips of the shows throughout the week, so be sure to tune in and subscribe to those. New episodes will be released weekly on Tuesdays. We'll see you then.